What's going on, guys? JNC Nick back here again. By the title of the video, by the thumbnail, obviously today I am going to be showing off a very spicy Ginger Town Cell deck profile for Dragon Ball Fusion World today. I absolutely love this deck. I've been playing this version of this deck for a couple months now. Please excuse me, obviously, I'm a little sick, but I want to fight through it. I want to get this deck profile out to you guys. Like I said, I really enjoy it. I do believe that this version of the deck gets a little bit of a bad rap for being like really inconsistent, but if you play it the right way, it's really not inconsistent at all. The deck is very consistent. It's very fun. I encourage everybody to please give it a try and let me know your feedback, and we'll get on from there. There will be some games that I will be putting on my channel from the sim to show off the power of the deck and how it's played and things like that. But yeah, with that being said, let's hop right into it. So obviously we got our cell leader. This is what allows you to use Ginger Town, and Ginger Town is leader locked. So basically, just for a little bit of what this leader does, if you have exactly five energy, you can ramp from your discard a 3-cost or higher card and put it into your energy as in active mode. So it's kind of nice. You can manipulate your turns a little bit. So when the turn you're going to 5, you're actually going to 6, or if you're at 5, you could hold the card in your hand and just ramp like that. So the effect is kind of nice. It does come up. It is pretty unique. But basically, I'm playing it to be able to play Ginger Town. I like Cell a lot. It's one of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball. So that's pretty much the leader. It's also when attacking, you draw a card. And then the front side is when attacking, draw a card, and you awake with 4 life left. So that's basically the leader for that. Into the deck. So this first card we do play is 4 of the Farmer with a power level of 5. This card is a new card that just came out of the new set. This basically is what allows the Ginger Town to pop off pretty nice, where you don't need as much setup because obviously it's a 0-cost card. The card is very versatile, 5k combo, so it's nice as just a combo card. And then also, shout out to my boy Logan, you can actually swing for game with this because it is a 0-cost. So like at the end of the game, you could play this and then play other cards coming up and just combo out with this card for free, and then potentially hit the last card because they don't think you really have anything left, and then you come out with this and swing for game. So this card is very versatile. Obviously, the main point is for the Ginger Town package. So for more of the Earthlings, we do play 4 of the 1-drop Master Roshi, also a new card that came out of the new set. This card is probably one of my favorite cards in the deck. It makes charging super easy. So what this does on play, you add an extra from your energy to your hand, and then you replace it with the top card of your deck. So obviously all the battle extras, it just makes, and then even like Ginger Town early, you can just say, hey, I'm playing Ginger Town. You energize Ginger Town. If you have this as a turn 1 play this, pick up Ginger Town, and then just replace it. It does also have some nice versatility. You could ramp it, for example, the field card, and then you could ramp it with either Cell or another card coming up, and then use this to pick it back up. It's very versatile. I really like this card. 4 of the Bulmas. It is a pitch 1, draw 1, 10k combo. It's one of the only 10k combo Earthlings, so I do feel like it's really nice. It's very necessary. Because it's Ginger Town, 4 of the new Bulma hand trips. On play, draw 1 card. Obviously, it just fulfills the hand trip requirement, helps a little consistency, and allows Ginger Town to be able to use it as energy then. And then for the last pure Earthlings, I do play 3 Hercule. This card is insane. I found this card a couple months ago. I do find this card is really crazy. It is basically peel-off for green decks. Also, late game, it's a 2-drop that hits for 30k because you pick up 2 10ks. You can manipulate your plays where you pick up a 10k, pick up Roshi to pick up an extra. You could pick up a hand trip, like the draw 1 hand trip. This is super, super nice. I love this. I like this card a lot. Helps for defensively. Could use it offensively as well. Things like that. So that is the pure Earthling package. Into the Saiyans. This is also a Saiyan / Earthling. I do play 4 of the 2-drop Son Gohan Childhood. So basically what this is that it's in essence a 1-drop 20k. When you have at least 2 energy, you play it, you pitch an energy into your discard, and then you replace it with the top card of your deck that's in active mode. It's also a way to cycle through your deck. So with having Roshi, if you haven't seen Ginger Town yet, you could kind of play this, and then it's just a way to trim your deck, because if you hit Ginger Town, you could then just use Roshi to pick up the Ginger Town if that's what you're searching for. So I do like this card. This card is also very needed for the red matchup, because if you go first, like, you kind of have to set this up so that way they just don't minus it very easily to KO it. It's also just like I said, it's easy spam to just start swinging at leaders and things like that. Now on to the pure Saiyan, or more of the Saiyans. 4-drop Vegeta. This is one of the best cards in the deck. If Ginger Town does not pop off, this is one of your this is like your backup plan. It allows you to ramp on play 3 or higher, and then it's one of the only board control cards that green has. You could discard a card and you could pop a 2 or less. So it's kind of nice. Also 10k combo. I do play 2 of the 5-drop Son Gohan Childhood. 10k combo, and then it allows you to choose a 4 or less battle card and KO it. The 4 or less cost is very effective in this format, so that's why this card really comes up, as well as being a 10k combo, helps with combo power. I do play 2 of the 6-drop Gohan that allows you to heal. There is, spoiler alert, I don't play because it is a Ginger Town variant, I don't play the healing cell, the 8-drop. I don't think it's needed. You lose too much tempo if you do that. So this is a good supplement to just do what that cell does as far as healing you and things like that. I do play this card, though. I do think this is very, very impactful. 2 7-drop of the Son Gohan Childhood. So this makes a return. This is for if people try to go wide on you, you could play this early and just basically blow everything up. On play, you discard a card, and then you choose all battle cards with the cost of 5 or less, and you KO them. It can attack that turn, but it's fine, because then your opponent's just staring down a 50k attacker that's coming the next turn anyway with potentially other big cards. And then for the last of the Saiyans, I do play 2 Broly. Broly is obviously insane. It is one of the best cards in green. Double attacker, on play, KO anything, draw a card. There's nothing else to be said about this card. Super, super nice. So that's for the Saiyans. Into the big androids, I do play 2 of the 6-drop androids. I feel like in this version it's super nice, because you could play this basically like 2 or 3 turns early. So this gets the max value because they only have like small 2 and 3-drop bodies on board. So this could come in and clean everything up. Hitting at 5 life is also very impactful. So coming down pretty early is pretty nice. And for the cells that I do use, I use the new cell that came out of the new set. This is basically the one way this deck could play against Jiren, play against Red in general. On play, if your leader is Cell, you could choose all cards with a cost of 6 or less in your opponent's battle area and push them to the energy and rest mode. It does stink that the version of green to remove things without KOing is making them energy, because it just helps your opponent out, but this card is a tank, as well as when this card is KO'd, you can place an energy from your drop and revive it. So unless you're playing against blue, which is sometimes I don't really use this that much, but it does force Zeno, it is a massive tank, because once it's KO'd, you just keep bringing it back. So it's really, really nice for that aspect as well. So what you do is, if you feel like you're going to have to play this, you can kind of swing at all the other bodies, try to either get them to just let it go, or if they waste cards, it's fine, and then you then just use this. So that's kind of a nice way to play with this card. 4 super combos, nothing else needs to be said with those. Now into the extras. The main reason we're playing this deck. For Ginger Town, you have to see it. What it does is activate main. If your leader is Cell, you can choose any number of your battle cards with Earthling and its special traits, and add them to your energy and rest mode. There is a sweet spot. Sometimes people think, oh, I'm going to just spam a bunch of Earthlings. Like, let's say you have a massive hand of the farmers. Sometimes it's actually not that good, where the sweet spot does seem to be like ramping to 5 or 6 energy, depending on your hand. Even ramping to 4 energy sometimes, because I like having the energy marker, and then using this on my second turn to go to 4 energy. Because then if they awaken you, you charge to 5, and then you use Cell ability to go to 6 that following turn. So it's like a sweet spot. So my recommendation is, if you use this card, try to go between 4 and 6 energy, pending. That's basically the sweet spot that I've been finding, because sometimes you can overcharge and you just lose combo power in your hand for no reason. That is very unimpactful. But yeah, so that's this card. Super, super nice. That's that. I still do play one of the arena. This is also a backup plan. If the Ginger Town gets stopped or whatever, it is a backup plan. It is only at 1, but it's nice if you see it. You can energize it and pick it up with Roshi whenever you feel like you're gonna play it. And then you activate main, put this in rest. You could look at the top card of your deck. You either ramp it to energy and rest mode, or you could add it to your hand. So late game, this card comes up really, really nice to dig through your deck. And then for the battle extras, I do play 2 instant Kamehamehas. I feel like this card is very, very impactful with this deck, especially, and then with Roshi. You could like spam Roshis, pick these up, and this is what I was saying before, where you could basically have an attacker that attacks for 0 energy, that swings pretty big, pretty fast. That's where the farmer comes in. So yeah, this card is really nice. It's also a nice defensive card because it doesn't necessarily need energy to use it, so it is pretty nice. And then for the last 2 is obviously 2 of the gigantic meteors. If you have 6 or more energy, it pluses 25 on a character. So, and then I do think 2 and 2 is a nice ratio. If you see them, that's where Roshi comes in. If you see them early, they're always easy charges because you're picking them up kind of later in the game anyway. So that's pretty much with those. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you guys do give this deck a try. Like I said, there will be game replays of this deck coming out on my channel, so you guys kind of see how the play works. So it shows you that it's not inconsistent whatsoever. It does have some good matchups. You do have to do a lot of in-game thinking because the deck isn't as powerful, but it is very, very strong. I do think it's more consistent than people give it credit for. But yeah, so with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is JNC Nick signing out. Peace.